Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I know it's not quite 10 o'clock yet, so I'm just going to pop on and just see if anybody's there. If anybody's there, can you just give me a comment? I did have a couple people say they didn't know how to do the comments. And when you're on your Facebook page, it should, at the bottom, it should say add comments or select a comment or something. I think that, I'm not quite sure. I should have pulled it up on my computer, but my computer is downstairs. But the exciting thing is that this is the last time, this is the last Friday, I'm going to be doing my Facebook Live upstairs. Next Friday, I will be downstairs in my new studio. Yay! I'm very excited, wicked excited about that. So anyway, I've got everything ready today. Let's see. It's not quite 10 o'clock. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, let's start. It is Friday, May 7th, 2021. Can you believe this is already the first week in May? Holy moly mackerel-andy. But anyway, here we are, Friday morning, and I have two new cards for you. Let me just show you what I'm going to show you here. Let's see. There we go. These are the cards that I'm going to do today. Easy cards. So let's start with this one. Okay, so let me move this one over like this. And this is the card that we're going to start with today. This is using a base of the white basic white cardstock, and then I took a layer 5 1/4 by 4 inch layer of white, a basic white again, and ran it through the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder, which is no longer available. However, there are lots of other embossing folders that would look lovely with this as well. But then what I wanted to do was I wanted to feature the new in colors. And every year, not every year, but some years I'm like wicked maniacal about the colors that Stampin' Up! Has come out with. But most of the time it takes me a while to get used to them. But this year I love these colors. It's pastels with the exception of the evening evergreen right here, but I love them. This is polished pink. This is a fresh freesia. This is pale papaya. This is soft succulent. And then this is evening evergreen. Aren't they pretty? I think they're absolutely beautiful. So let me show you how I did this. Okay. Anybody with me yet this morning? Come on. I know you're out there. And if you can, make a little comments just so I know that you're with me. All right. So here we go. Here is the basic white cardstock, which I've already cut and I've scored. And now I'm going to fold it. And I'm going to make sure I get a nice crisp fold with my bone folder. I love my bone, love my tools, love my tools. There we go. Then the next thing, as I told you before, I took a piece of the basic white cardstock and I ran it through the Dainty Diamonds folder. Let me see if you can see that. There you go. There's a good impression of it. But like I said, you could use any impression folder, any embossing folder that you have that will work. All right, so let me get my little silicone pad so I keep my adhesive exactly where it needs to be. And we're just going to put it on like this onto the base of the card. And like that. I love that folder. I just love it. Absolutely love it. I know a lot of you have it because I kept talking about how much I loved it. Anyway, that's that. So then the next thing is we're going to take the pieces of the Designer Series paper. And the first one I'm going to use is going to be the polished pink. And this is a piece that's 1/2 inch by, let's see, I think it's 4 3/4. Let me just measure here. Yes, it is 4 3/4, 1/2 inch by 4 3/4. And I'm just going to put a strip of the snail on it. I've got snail, I'm still using snail, then I'm going to go back to my stamp and seal. All right, so I'm going to put it on the top layer, the top row like this, about 1/2 inch from the top. But I'm going to offset these, as you probably noticed on the card that I made earlier. What I did was I offset. So this one goes to the far right, this one goes to the far left, far right, far left, far right. Because I like the way, it's just kind of an eye appeal thing. So anyway, there's the first one, and that's on pretty straight. Then the next one that I'm going to use is going to be the freesia. And I'm going to just take a piece of adhesive here, and now I'm going to offset this one And I'm separating them by approximately a quarter of an inch each. Okay, so there's that. And I have to say, the Dainty Diamonds also helps a little bit. Whoops, I dropped my little lace, my filigree here. There, pick that back up. Okay, now the next one is going to be the Pale Papaya. And a little bit of adhesive here. And then I'm going to offset this. Okay, I know there are people out there. There are people who are reticent to put a comment on. But I would love to have you say hi, just a quick little hi, so I know that I'm not all by myself. And then the next one will be the soft succulents. Succulents are hot right now. They're hot all the time. I don't know why I say they're hot one time or another, but they're hot all the time. Like that. And then the last one is the Evening Evergreen, which is such a beautiful green. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so that's going to go on like that. How's that? Easy peasy. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of the, I took a piece of the white, basic white cardstock, and I ran it through the, time, and sometimes he calls me and he forgets that I do this Facebook Live at 10 o'clock on Friday, which is 7 o'clock their time. But anyway, moving right along. So anyway, this is from the Penn Flowers die. I ran it through, and I actually cut out 2 of them, and I'm going to show you why. So anyway, this is what it looks like when it comes out. Isn't that pretty? I just think it's really beautiful. So on my sample, what I did was I took it and I added some Tombow glue to the back of it. Now, I would recommend that that when you do it, if you have the Sizzix, the glue-backed paper, to use that, because it was a little bit tricky to get it on. But it's fine. It's totally fine. But that would be my recommendation. And good morning, Paula. Thanks for popping on. Yay, yay. Okay, so I took this. I cut it out. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 2 things. I decided that I wanted to take the Polished Pink New in Color ink, and I'm going to use my dauber, and I'm going to simply daub a little bit of this hither and yon, just to give this a little bit of interest here. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And we're going to decide which one we like better. Okay? So there we go. Easy peasy, done. I'll close it up because gosh knows you know how messy I am. All right, now I am going to take my Tombow, and I'm just going to put little tiny pieces of adhesive on this. Here we go, like this. Just a little bit here and there. You don't have to put it on the whole thing. Again, the better probably way to do that would be to use the Sizzix sheets, which I thought of as an afterthought. But these are already cut out, so I'm just going to use them. But you don't have to put, like I say, you don't have to put glue on everything. Just on the areas that are thickest, then you know it will adhere quite nicely to the cardstock. All right, so that's that. So I'm going to bring back my card. Hi, whoops. I am on, but for some reason I can't send it. Well, I can see your message. I can see your message right now, Barbara. Yay, yay, whatever you did, keep doing it. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it right here. Let me make sure I've got it. Yeah. I'm going to put it right here just like this. And I'm just going to pat it down. And like I said, I don't care necessarily if there is ink. I mean, if there is adhesive on every single part of this cutout, because I think it's fine the way it is. All right, then the next thing was I took the message. Now, this is a message from the Always in My Heart stamp set. You have to, you have to really investigate your stamps. Everybody thinks this one's just for Valentine's Day. However, look at that. The best kind of friend is the kind like you. Isn't that sweet? I totally love that. So I stamped it, and then I used the stitched rectangles and cut it out with the stitched rectangles like that. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals, only two, I only need 2 for this. And I'm going to pop this on right on top of the flower, the little flower cutout, like this. Probably like right here, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our new embellishments. These are the silver and clear epoxy essentials, and you get both the silver and you get the clear. I love them both, love them both. So for right now, I'm going to use, because I want the silver, I'm going to use the silver, and I'm going to take my little, oops, I got to put the cap back on my Tombow, because you know how I am with messiness. And then I'm going to take one of the circle. They come, you can see, it comes in either like a teardrop, there's a teardrop, or a raindrop, or a circle. But I'm going to use the circle. I'm going to take the circle, and I'm going to put it right, I think I'm going to put it right here. Perfect, like that. Okay, now, let me move this out of the way. Now let me bring in both of them and show you. Okay, so we've got one that I used the polished pink on. I used my dauber and put polished pink on that. And then this one is the white one. Which do you like? Maybe both. I don't know. I think they're both pretty. You know what else? Maybe we need a little bit of Wink of Stella. Maybe we just need a little bit of Wink of Stella. Hither and yon. You know how I am lunatic about this. I know. I say it every single week. Sorry about that. I can't help it. But there we go. Just a little bit here and there to add a little bit of just a little bit more pizzazz. How's that? Can you see that? I tilt it just a little bit. So we have 2. We have this one and we have this one. One with polished pink daubed on, and then one without. Either one. I like them both. Okay, so that's that. Then the envelope, what I did with the envelope was I ran the flap through the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder again. I love the way this looks. I think it's really pretty. Any envelope flap looks pretty when it's embossed like that. Okay, so there's the first one. All right, I'm a little concerned that I'm not, let's see, is anybody else scrolling up? I wonder if for some reason you're having trouble with the comments. Anyway, all right, let's go to the next one. Here is the next one. Okay, so I oftentimes need or think in terms of I want something plain, and I thought this was really beautiful. I actually came up with this idea all by myself. I have had the ornate floral, not floral, the ornate, well, I'll show you right here, the ornate layers dies for quite a while. I've used them, but I haven't used them enough, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. They're just really, really, really pretty. Lots of different, they're very ornate. That's an appropriate word to describe these dies. But look at how pretty they are. Beautiful, beautiful images in the rectangle shapes, and they can nest in each other, which is what I did today. So let me just show you how I did this. It's so simple. It's so wicked easy. So the first thing I did was I took the basic white cardstock and cut it to the regular 5.5 by 8.5, scored it at 4 1/4. And then I cut out 2 of the layers of the ornate layers dies. And then on the middle one, I stamped it. So let me show you how easy is this to do. All right, so here are my layers that I've already cut out for you, 1 and 2. So I'm going to take this one. This one's the smaller one. And I'm going to take my PS pad. And I used the Inspiring Iris stamp set because I love that stamp set. Yes, it is retired, but you could use a different flower. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. All right, so therefore, what I did was I took this flower and inked it up like this. And here we are. I'm going to, thank you, Paula. They are beautiful. I totally agree. Just absolutely exquisite. And the thing is, less is more. I have a friend who says that all the time to me. Less is more. I totally agree with her. I'm learning from her. That's my friend Helene. She tells me all the time that less is more. And it is. Sometimes I like to be on the Rococo side because that is my personality. But anyway, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the stem and I'm going to use Old Olive ink and I'm going to stamp it on top of this, but I don't necessarily need to get it exact. And it's okay if it's not, that's totally fine with me. And then the next part is I'm going to take Balmy Blue ink and I'm going to color the flowers with this stamp. How easy is that? Oops, there's a dimensional. There we go, like this. How pretty and easy is that? Now, of course, I have to do the envelope as well. So while I've got my inks all out, let's do this one more time. And get my memento out here. And I'm going to just stamp part of that. And then the inside of the card, I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of the card. So let me get this over here. I haven't folded it yet, but I am just going to put it like this. There we go. And then let me cap off my memento. That's a terrible one to get inky on. And let me have my little flowers on the top like this. Did you see that? Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. My head was in the way. And I'm going to take the Old Olive. So that's the inside. And then the envelope. I will finish the envelope. How easy is this? I mean, this hasn't even taken me a minute to make. Can you imagine how pretty this would be to make a bunch of these like I'm doing and like a lot of my friends are doing? They're making these cards for gifts for the holidays. Or the other thing is just to have a pack on hand to give to somebody when it's an event or a non-event. Just because you're thinking of somebody. It's just time to do something nice for somebody. So let me bring this back up. Okay, let me bring this over. There we go. Now I'm going to show you how to assemble it. Wicked easy, easy. All right, so here is the base. Here is this. I'm going to take some dimensionals and add dimensionals to my top layer. And probably 3 is good. I am going to use my regular adhesive. Whoops, let me get that off. There we go. My regular adhesive on the bottom one. Now what did I do with, here it is, right here. Like this. And I'm not putting adhesive on the filigree part, just on the solid part. And I'm going to take my base is right here. And let's fold this. And let me use my bone folder again to make sure. I love my bone folder. I love having tools that do the work for me. Well, almost do the work for me. Make it wicked easy. All right, so there is that. There's the inside. I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it. And I didn't do any kind of embossing on the base of the card because, again, this filigree is enough. I think it's totally enough. Whoops, that's a little crooked. Let's fix this. There are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. Let me just very carefully. Now, if I needed to, I could use dental floss to pull this up, but I'm being very careful here. There we go. There we go. Not a problem. Perfect. There we go, like that. Then I've got the dimensionals on this. I'm going to pop off the little backs. And I'm going to put this right on top like that. Equidistant all the way around. Perfect. And then, now I am going to use Wink of Stella. I'm just going to Wink of Stella the flower very quickly, and then this, just to give this a little bit of shine. There, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the iridescent pearls, because I love the colors here. It's iridescent for sure. It brings some of the balmy blue in. You don't have to use this, but I'm going to. And I'm just going to take one like this, and I'm going to put it right here, like that. And there you have, my friend, a beautiful card. Isn't that pretty? I love it too. Whoops, there we go. That's better. There we go, like that. And the envelope to match. Now, I didn't put a message on this on the outside, and I'm not putting a message on the inside because this is a note card. I mean, it could be used, this could be used for weddings, it could be used for sympathy. It's just wicked, wicked easy. So with a few dies and some paper and cardstock, There you go. You've got two beautiful cards. So these are the cards for porch pickup this week. But before I just get into my wrap up for the week here, I just want to apologize once again. I cannot believe, oh God, I cannot believe that I didn't hit the send button on sending out my catalogs. I was feeling really excited. Everybody's got their catalog. Oh my gosh, they're going to love it. They're going to participate in Barbara's Bucks, blah, blah, blah. And then slowly I realized something was very wrong, and something indeed was. It was my fault. I apologize. Anyway, it's over. It's done with. So catalogs are on their way to my house, and as soon as they arrive, I will either have people, if you want, you can come and pick them up, or I will send them out ASAP. All right, so here we go. Here are the cards for porch pickup this week. This one and this one. There we go. Two cards. I love them. I hope you're liking them. I'm hoping that I've inspired you to do some fun things this week. And I hope you have, first of all, a lovely Mother's Day weekend. If you are a mother, congratulations, a grandmother, an aunt, whatever. Sometimes these holidays are a little hard for those of us whose moms aren't with us anymore. So we revel in the relationships that we have with our children and our grandchildren, or nieces and nephews, or special nieces and nephews, whatever. Anyway, whatever you're doing this weekend, hopefully it'll be fun. You'll enjoy it. You'll be with people whom you love and love you well. And so until next Friday, I will see you all next Friday for a Friday live with Barbara. And we'll have some more fun cards to make. So enjoy. I love you all, friends. Namaste. And thank you so much for popping in on Friday. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Bye.